Hi everyone, this is Bobby from bn-games.com, and we're doing another classic capture. Today we're doing Nights into Dreams for the Sega Saturn.
Why not Nights into Nightmares?
Because dreams,
why does it have to be dreams? Why can't it be nightmares? Why
they never had a sequel.
Why do they have to be classists? Ah, that logo. That explains it.
Yes. I should explain this is an import copy. This is running off my Action Replay 4M Plus. This game did come out in America as well, but that copy of the game is rather expensive. Never owned this game myself until recently. It is something I have played in the past, but even to this day, I don't understand it completely. This game was created by the Sonic team. Obviously, it says that in the beginning, but it's got a Sonic feel to it to an extent. Well, obviously a Sega feel to it, and this is some excellent CG, early CG right there. Yeah, you can tell that was high budget right there. Half the budget went to that.
I can't tell if it's a guy or a girl, and I don't know if I want to.
It's both. It's like a unisex.
Or if I care.
Even though it's Japanese copy, well, obviously there's mostly English here, so I understood to press the start button there. Pretty sure that's what it wanted me to do.
I'm pretty sure you just know Japanese.
And it's like,
It's instinctive. It's instinctive.
Yeah. So, basically, what you do, you
type in your name?
Yes, that's
first.
the first thing.
Because if you don't do that, you can't play the game.
And you select between a girl and a guy, Clarice and Elliot. To be honest with you, I really couldn't tell the difference between the two, other than maybe their levels are slightly different. Like I said, never really played this until recently. That's a pretty impressive lighting considering that.
What it is and how old it is?
Yeah. It does not hold up visually, I'm not going to lie to you. And the first thing that happens, you get attacked by these weird-looking things, and then they take your balls away.
What the fuck is going on?
So I don't know how this sold in America. So what I've gathered from playing it is you collect these items and orbs and score things. You collect them and they create multipliers, and you run through the same level pattern until you run. I guess you gotta collect enough multipliers to hit that final middle thing. You can notice here that this is exactly the same pattern. There's almost no difference here. And then I run into this orb type thing, and then it blows up and gives me a ball after a number of times. That's the gist of it. Now you get a better multiplier the faster you go through the areas there. So I got to see there. Like I said, this is like the second time I've played this before. This also was bundled with the Sega Saturn's 3D controller, which was the precursor to the Dreamcast controller. I'm sure that would have made this a hell of a lot easier, because I'm using the D-pad here, and this was not easy to control whatsoever. Don't have that 3D controller just yet. They run for about $30-$40 depending condition on their own, let alone this. So you kind of just float around. I'm assuming some memorization, just like with any other Sonic game, comes into play here to get proper multipliers and knowing when to use the boost. You just kind of float around. I don't have a lot of control here, as you notice. It kind of the Knights kind of moves up and down in a way, in a circular fashion, kind of like a plane almost. So you don't have a lot of control to get around some of these things. What ends up happening is you have a time limit, and if you don't make it through the levels at that time limit, you lose your power and you end up being the girl or the guy, depending on the character you selected, and you become very vulnerable, and then you have to go back to Knights, who's sitting there doing nothing. I'm telling you as I have found it out. Now, I can't read Japanese, so the Japanese instructions for me are useless. And
we here at B&-Games can't be bothered with doing research beforehand.
Yeah, no. I was pretty much, I'm going to play this, and I was like, well, I don't see why this game is, $30-$40. The American version, Japanese versions are $15 to $20. Exactly the same game, obviously. In fact, all the text is all in English. I didn't see one bit of kanji at all, so I don't get the difference. But
Although some of that English is pretty fucking broken. Nice too.
yeah,
What? I've been sitting back here just having a mild seizure for like the last 5 minutes.
yeah.
I don't know what the hell is going on.
I was trying to figure it out as I was going. This is, like I said, I just kind of popped it in, hit the record button, and like, well, let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you notice as I'm doing twists, and the faster I go, I get a bit. The multiplier increases there, and then I blow these things up. As you notice there, it says I have 10, I think, and there's the ball. And once you get the ball, you have to make it back to the starting point. Otherwise, well, before the time limit, otherwise you turn into that thing. And you notice that I've got all those balls there. And I got my balls. Yeah, I said that because it's true. And
This is a game where you turn into a fairy to collect balls. That's it. I'm pretty sure that is the easiest way to describe this game.
you know that's very good. And when you do backflips, you get points and stuff.
So it's Tony Hawk meets Sonic meets Dragon Ball. Let's be honest here. That doesn't sound as ridiculous
No.
an explanation as you think it would.
So I should also mention, once you get all the balls, because you'll run through this level, which obviously you notice the patterns change as I've finished the little jelly monster things right there. See right there, it's got that little bit of health left. You'll notice that at the end of that, once I get all the balls, then we get to a boss, and I'll tell you that I couldn't figure it out. There's no clear instructions on. There's no clear indicator on how to finish the boss off, to be honest with you. I was kind of just sitting around like, well, I don't know, what do I do here? And I finally figured it out, and just as I was figuring it out, I lost. I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to play this anymore. It's not that it's bad. It's definitely, for its day, I guess. And I think I probably enjoy it more with the Saturn 3D controller, with the analog nub. But the D-pad, yeah, I don't think this is really a game you'd want to come back to. Yeah, so I might come back to it when I eventually get that 3D controller. But for the time being, this is going to sit on the shelf since we're covering this for the Classic Capture series. And you notice I have a ball following me. That's to find a ball, and I got 5 seconds to make it back, so I just kind of rush it, but I made it. I was like, yeah, that's a fuck you, D. And now, I can spell. That's average considering, my first time.
And you didn't know what the hell you were doing?
Yeah, seriously, I couldn't figure it out. I was having a seizure.
Just give you more of a seizure. Now it's night.
And I like that I could spin around, and what I figured out eventually is you gotta spin into this guy's head in a weird way. Like, you just gotta, you have to hit him with some inertia. It just took me a second to figure it out. I was like, what's going on here? How do you fight him? You don't have any attacks, and there's nothing very specific on how to do this, and I kind of just figured it out accidentally. So you're supposed to aim for the head there. I was just like, I don't know what to do. And those things are being knocked off. Those are actually seconds that are being knocked out here. See, he grabs on, and then you just kind of spin on him. It's weird. And then he knocks down, as you can see. I'm like, okay, well, figure it out, do it again. But, not the easiest thing to control. Spin faster. So I figured it out, and it's like, alright, boom. And there's no clear indication on how many times you have to do it either, because I think I did it.
What about his health on the bottom left?
Well, no, but you notice I hit him again and he didn't actually go down. I thought the same thing, and it wasn't going down. I don't know, but I lost here. Spoiler. I kept doing it, and he didn't die, and I didn't have enough time. And I was like, all right, well, I guess. All right, everyone. Well, this was a classic capture for Nights in the Dreams for the Sega Saturn. Kind of expensive for a game to pick up, a classic game. I don't know if $30 is worth it, but if you have a 3D controller, it might be worth your time. Please subscribe and let us know what you think. Thank you.